All right, let's talk about Josh Allen, who, no getting around it, did not have his best day against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, let's start off with a couple positives, because he's still Josh Allen, and like even on his worst day, you still see things like this, where for one thing, this is a zone coverage concept. You see the route on the screen. It's going to be Joshua Palmer running this route, who is a player who I think once he got injured, the offense lost something. But anyway, watch what happens on this play. Allen's going to take the snap. He runs the play action. Safety stays too far over the middle, so Allen sees a one-on-one matchup. He's going to fire it way down the field. I mean, again, Allen was standing at his own, 13, 14-yard line, throwing it all the way to his opponent's 30-yard line. And also, look at how quickly it gets down the field. Nice catch from Palmer as well. They're able to pick up a big completion there that sets up the touchdown to tie the game early on. So good stuff there. This play, you're going to see a blitz, but Allen, while under pressure, makes a beautiful throw that was nearly complete. It was caught, but it was out of bounds. I mean, that was almost a spectacular play. Couldn't quite be on this one, but still, really good stuff there from Allen. So, yes, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Josh Allen can make some impressive plays. But ultimately, the Bills lost this game, and let's talk about why. And right off the bat, I think a part of it was some of the throws he chose not to make. Like right here, this is a 2nd down and 8, relatively early on in the game. Man coverage, so one-on-one matchups across the board. Allen takes the snap. You're going to see James Cook on this play. I would like to see Allen make this throw. I would. The linebacker completely has his back turned towards the quarterback. I don't know if it's a first down, but you're getting closer to the first down marker for sure. But it's Josh Allen, right? And this is the thing, is Josh Allen, the rules are different. If this is Kirk Cousins, he 1,000% has to make this throw. For Allen, he can try and scramble and make stuff work, and he's gotten away with that over his career. Here, though, when he tries to do that, I think Atlanta, a really good thing they did was kept Allen in the pocket, and when he tried to scramble, did not give up much. That's a huge part of the Bills game, and not giving him that opportunity, I think turned his play style against him, essentially. This is a play that could have worked down the field and didn't, because Allen usually likes to scramble in these situations, but wasn't able to here. To me, this next play was a worse one, though. Like that one you could argue either way. I think for Allen, should he try and scramble? Should he throw it? I would have liked to see him throw it, but if you say that you're fine with him scrambling, I won't fight you on it. Like, I get it. Here, though, this is just a bad play, in my opinion. It's a 3rd down and 8, going to be a heavy blitz by the Atlanta Falcons. Watch, especially towards his left. Look right here. You see there is pressure coming. And in fairness, Allen did start to look towards his right a little bit. Maybe he just didn't notice this. But if you notice the pressure right here, flip the ball out that way, you have a first down, maybe even a touchdown. You're one broken tackle away from a touchdown if you flip this ball out. This is the correct read. This is what you want to see him do. Again, I'm reminded of the final play of the playoffs, or I believe it was his final play against the Chiefs, when there was kind of a similar situation. I remember Ben Solak, if you remember, on Twitter, said, like, why didn't Josh Allen throw the wheel route here? And everyone was kind of like, well, he scrambled outside the pocket. He made a great throw, and Dalton Kincaid dropped it. I'm not really going to blame him, which I think is the correct take. But here, you do sometimes want to see him do the game management stuff, right? Watch how he instead, when he sees this, tries to scramble back, ends up getting sacked. And again, game situation-wise, they were at the opponent's 42-yard line. So, I think that's almost certainly a first down if he makes the throw. Instead, you're out of field goal range, have to give the ball to the other team. That's a back-breaking blow right there. And again, you have to give credit to Atlanta for not letting Allen get away in these situations. Allen does this against other teams and just succeeds. So, that's kind of part of it. But this is what I mean when I say, they essentially turned Allen's strategy against him on this one. And also, there's just some weird plays like this one. So it's you have these kind of routes crossing underneath. A lot of times these can get open because, when you're a defense, you're constantly trying to figure out who you have to cover. Guys can get lost. Watch as when Allen takes the snap. It's Tyrell Shavers who is running this route. You see that he is open. I mean, again, 3rd down and 3. This is a first down, help you continue to move the sticks. This is an important play if you can convert right here. But watch this throw just go straight into the dirt, and I don't fully get what happened there. I don't know if one just got away from Allen, if Allen thought that Shavers was supposed to stop on that route, although I've never seen that concept go where the receiver stops right there. And even if he was, it went by his feet. Did Allen throw it away because Shavers wasn't looking towards the ball? I don't know. Am I making excuses? Was it just a whiff? I don't know. I don't know what happened here. But this is a weird play that you usually expect the Bills to hit on, and they did not. This one, another weird one. So this is a 4th down and 2, a similar spot to the last play, although this is a different series. You see that, watch A.J. Terrell. He's going to be the blitzing corner right here. Watch as he is going to get through untouched, but Josh Allen, with barely looking there, is able to start moving. Great stuff from Allen, right? Like, again, Josh Allen is a great player, and Josh Allen having a bad day is different than a mediocre quarterback having a bad day. There's still a lot of good on his tape. And speaking of good, down the field, you have a player who is open. I mean, this is, in a key spot, down 7, 4th down, you have a player who's open. This is a conversion. And for the life of me, I don't get why Josh Allen's going to do what he's about to do here. Watch him just flip it. Like, he had time to get his shoulder square. He was far enough away from Terrell. I'm assuming he thought Terrell might have been closer and was worried if he gets his shoulder square, the ball would get batted away. But, like, again, you got to know your situation. I expect Josh Allen to make this play. That's just it. Again, if this is Geno Smith, I'm not crushing him for not being able to make this play. But this is an MVP quarterback that I'm used to seeing make these plays, and here it's just a bad call. And then there's also just stuff like this where you see it's a 3rd down and 10. Still a 7-point game, and this was kind of the last chance the Bills ended up having to try and tie this game. 3rd and 10, they need a play. Allen takes the snap, and him and his receiver are just not on the same page here. Allen throws it one way. There's no one there. That's an important play. They gave the ball back to the Falcons. The Falcons scored and made it a 2-score game, and that was all she wrote. So, I mean, again, that's not necessarily just on Allen. That's on multiple players. But ultimately, you got to get on the same page. You got to fix this if you're going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl this year. Which, by the way, they're still tied for favorites to win the Super Bowl. So there's still plenty of hope. But these are issues. Let's talk about the turnovers. So this one was late in the half. At this point, the Bills are down 14 points. So Allen's trying to make a play. Although the Bills also get the ball to start the next half. So you don't need a score here. Not a ton of time left. You see Khalil Shakir running a route over the middle. Allen is going to take a snap, and really for both of these interceptions, I'm just not going to crush him for, because right here there's pressure in his face. He's going to try and make a throw. I get it, right? It's still not a great decision, probably. Ideally, I think he would probably say, in hindsight, should have just thrown this into the dirt. Might have killed an opportunity to score here, but that's probably just okay. He gives Shakir a chance. Shakir doesn't really do a great job at finishing that route. The defensive back does, and because of that, it's going the other way. This was very close to being another 7 points for Atlanta. Remember, there was Drake London just stepped out at the 1-yard line. Realistically, they got lucky that this didn't cost them points. It should have at least cost them 3. So, not ideal, but also you get it. You're trying to make a play late in the game. Or I should say late in the half. This one was trying to make a play late in the game. No issues here. Down a minute, you're down 10. No time, or just there's a minute left in the game. You're down 10. No timeouts. Ball gets tipped and intercepted. Whatever. You're trying to make a play. That's totally a fine play by Josh Allen. So the interceptions itself weren't really the biggest issue for me. It was just the other stuff. I want to go over here as well. So this is the thing that's been kind of an issue with the Bills. They've tried this play a couple times and struggled with it. It's a 3rd and 1, and we remember last year they have their own version of a tush push that they have been trying. It's only with one pusher instead of the Eagles who use 2. I don't know why. If you're going to do tush push, just do it the way the Eagles do it. For some reason, they only want to have the one pusher. And it was an incredible play for them last year until they got to the conference championship game, and then the Chiefs were able to stop it. So it feels like they're trying to get another wrinkle on it. That's what they're trying to do, which I understand. If this play isn't fully Philadelphia automatic, you want to try and change things and try it in the regular season so that way you have it down during the postseason. Totally get it. Here, though, this is just not a great... the handoff itself doesn't work. They showed up on the broadcast. It looked like Allen kind of had it a bit too high. It's just a schematic thing, right? You have to get this down. Although, if I'm being honest, I don't think that play works, even if it's a clean handoff. I think that's going to get blown up either way. And on a 3rd and 1, if it was 4th and 1, you maybe go for it. They decide to give the ball back to Atlanta there, which is a big deal in that game when you're at midfield. So, there's just issues for this Buffalo Bills offense. Here's the good news. Josh Allen is still Josh Allen. this will be the worst game of the season by him, and you're going to get a lot better quarterback play for the rest of the way, right? That's what I would assume. Even the best quarterbacks have bad days. Patrick Mahomes had a bad day in the Super Bowl just this past season, right? It happens, but definitely things that you want to clean up, and I think you want to have Allen. I would say I'd like to see him kind of a little bit more into game management stuff. Be willing to throw the football just quickly and get the ball out of your hands and trust things that way in the passing game. That's kind of how I view it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.